Hello, Cactus crew. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Bill. Welcome to my channel. It's going to be going over a few of Without a Crystal Ball's Instagram posts about Ryan and Mackenzie Edwards. I've been watching Teen Mum since day dot, since 2010 when 16 and Pregnant aired here in Australia. Ryan Edwards is part of the Teen Mum OG cast with Macy. Katie does not know the facts. And you'll notice in the post, she keeps saying, this is factual. Well, I'll tell you what's factual, Mrs. Paulson. What's factual and what you've admitted to, I'll link this video down below when she covered the Amber stuff, had never watched Teen Mum before in her life. She's all Team Mackenzie. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, comment down below. Love to know your thoughts. Share, and please do consider subscribing. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. I'm
never going to say X.
At It's Crystal Bill. Everything is my own opinion. Trigger warning, drug, ABUSE, and also DV issues. It's an article, the title is Teen Mum Ryan Edwards discusses divorce from estranged wife Mackenzie. Katie's post says, Ryan Edwards was sentenced to a year in prison for drug possession and harassment of his ex-wife, Mackenzie Edwards. The court of law is fact, and what Ryan did to Mackenzie is fact. Ryan destroyed their home and broke every single item. The home was ransacked. He spray painted the walls and broke furniture. Ryan was sentenced to jail and released only to be found unresponsive in his car and arrested again. Ryan was sent to jail for a year. Ryan factually caused harm to Mackenzie and their children. Mackenzie leaving Ryan had nothing to do with Macy. Macy and MTV using Ryan's ABUSE of Mackenzie as a storyline to vilify her is disgusting. No, Macy, this isn't about you. This is about a woman and her young children being ABUSE'd by a man with severe addiction and narcissism. I'm going to stop you there, Paulson, because the only narcissist in this relationship, since you're just so trigger happy with your labeling gun, no, it's not Ryan. This is the narcissist. This is the manipulator. This is the woman that took advantage of someone that was deep in their addiction to heroin. Have I mentioned that this is heroin addiction? I don't think Katie understands. This is the most addictive, and you need people that support you around you, not people that enable you, not people that are going to use you, not people that want your money, who want your fame, that want to control you and your ex. She wanted the fame. She went looking for the money. Also, Katie, you have no right to comment on anyone that is going through addiction because you are in active addiction. You've let addiction continue in your house. Your husband enables you because you, Katie, are a narcissist. You are abusing your son, your husband, anyone around you. Have a look around. Have you isolated your son and your husband from your family, from his family? I think so. Katie continues, I'm so tired of watching MTV continue to villainize the ABUSE'd spouses and partners in favor of the ABUSERs. Amber Portwood has been playing the victim for years when she is the felon that victimized and ABUSE'd Andrew Glennon and her son James. Well, Mrs. I am an advocate for DV. Didn't you monetize the crap out of those videos for someone who works hard for the victim? You really overlooked the situation. You really played it to the beat of your own bank account. I believe he knew that Amber suffered from drug addiction and also mental health issues and, had an addictive personality, and she was needy and lonely, and he preyed on that. She laughed at Macy when Macy got a protective order in 2018 against Ryan, who threatened to put a bullet in Macy's husband Taylor's head. Mackenzie laughed at that. Every time that Bentley, Ryan's son with Macy, would go and visit him, it would be at his parents' house, Jen and Larry, who were enablers also. They let this relationship happen. Katie continues, Ryan Edwards did cause harm to Mackenzie, did ABUSE her, did harass her, and was sentenced in court. Mackenzie isn't jealous of Macy. Ryan did this. Ryan. Not one mention of his heroin addiction. No understanding that Ryan is the victim and Mackenzie is the ABUSER. And he may have eventually inflicted harm on her, but he's lashing out. She married him when he wasn't even conscious of the decisions that he was making. He was in rehab when she gave birth to their first child, Jagger. That's a manipulation thing there as well. Macy is not a bad person. She's always had that soft spot for Ryan because she understands addiction. She understands that Ryan's parents aren't there for him. Mackenzie turned Jen and Larry against Macy because she was jealous of their relationship. Like I said, I've been watching it since day dot, since the get-go. For 10 years, I watched this show. I'll show you some comments from underneath that post. A lot of people were correcting Katie. So then she posts this one, August 5. She posts the video, Mackenzie's house that Ryan trashed. Katie wrote, Teen Mum fans have a very disturbing and biased position when it comes to Ryan Edwards' ex-wife, Mackenzie. Your point of view, Katie, is so much more disturbing than ours because we've watched it happen. You haven't. Plus, even if you watched it happen, I reckon you'd still side with Mackenzie because you are an ABUSER, in my opinion. That's why you will never understand. Katie continues. She is a victim of DV, narcissistic ABUSE, and gaslighting by Ryan Edwards. For a storyline for a show, MTV is portraying her as a vindictive wife that is leaving a man because she is jealous of Macy and Ryan learning to co-parent. The sheer amount of victim blaming this woman receives because she and Macy had previous disputes is disgusting. Or that she is somehow to blame because she was naive and didn't understand addiction when she married Ryan. Mackenzie is much younger than Ryan. She was extremely naive and very sheltered when they met. Ryan is a narcissist and love-bombed her. She was not out for fame. Mackenzie doesn't want to be on Teen Mum and never enjoyed being part of the reality TV. Oh, you are so dumb. This line here. Because she was naive and didn't understand addiction when she married Ryan. I have known Mackenzie for 4 years. Just because you interviewed her 4 years ago does not mean you have known her for 4 years. She blocked you. I have that interview, so if you want to watch that, leave a comment below. I've known Mackenzie for 4 years. In that time, she has never expressed that she didn't want Ryan and Bentley to have a relationship. The facts are seen with our eyes. She might never express that, but we saw that with our eyes. She was interfering with their relationship. She was jealous of Macy's relationship with Jen and Larry and what Macy was working for in terms of getting Ryan help. If Ryan got help, then he wouldn't be easily manipulated by his wife, Mackenzie, you know? She needed him almost comatose to the point where she's got to take over the steering wheel on the way to their wedding because he's passed out, apparently on Xanax. Is he consciously making the choice to get married? No. He's so deep in his addiction, he's not making any rational decisions. And that's when the most abusive people come in and take advantage of people in addiction. A rational wife would bring a child into the world knowing that the father is deep in heroin addiction. She's not naive because this has been going on from like at least 2013. If you watch the show, she continues. In fact, it's been the opposite. She encouraged and helped facilitate counseling between them. No, she didn't. Katie, why wouldn't you go and check in the Teen Mum footage to see if that is real? Maybe that's why Mackenzie agreed to be interviewed by you, because you would just take her word for it. You don't check to see if the story you're being told is true. As long as it fits your narrative, Katie, that you want to spin, because you would never be Team Ryan. You would never see through Macy's eyes. A mother that loves her child, that would do anything for her child's father, you would never understand that because you don't have any connection to your child or your child's father, your husband. Mackenzie wanted to help Ryan with his visits. It was not out of vindictiveness, but because she knows Bentley needs a dad. Mackenzie has made mistakes. She did enable him. Mackenzie got help for herself when Ryan sought treatment. She went to Alcoholics Anonymous. No, she went for like one day, one session. A few days later, she took him to a bar and got him drunk. They both got drunk because she could not stop drinking. She did not want to change her life to help her.
Katie, hang on. That's you.
You don't want to get sober for your husband. Late last year, I learnt things between the two had gotten extremely bad. Ryan was back on drugs and ABUSING, Mackenzie. She filed for divorce and fled with the kids. She hid from Ryan while he left her voicemails about wanting to KILL her. Ryan stayed home and destroyed their home. He had no respect for her or their kids. Jen and Larry recently filmed on the show. Mackenzie had no clue her children were filmed. Mackenzie did not give MTV consent to film her children for the recent episode. This was done without her knowledge. What if Ryan gave the consent? Mackenzie and Ryan are divorced. She is not getting back together with him. She is not focusing on anything but her children and her recovery from ABUSE. Macy is feeling hatred towards her for a reality TV show at Mackenzie's lowest point of her life. Here we go. Ryan and Mackenzie are not back together on August 5th, 2023 without a crystal ball posted. I want to remind people that reality TV isn't real. There is nothing real about what is shown about Ryan and Mackenzie's marriage, nor has Macy represented this situation truthfully. MTV has a goal to make you watch. The stories are all scripted and scenes are determined before they are shot. Yes, some aspects are spontaneous and words are said, but the storylines are manufactured and created by producers. Ryan does have a substance abuse problem. Do you know what it is, Katie? Do you know what the substance is? That is very critical to this story. Katie can say all this and repeat what Mackenzie's told her. But like I said, there's a reason Mackenzie's talking to Katie. So she says, Ryan does have a substance abuse problem. That is true. Ryan's substance abuse has been a moneymaker for MTV and a way for Macy to avoid any storyline of her own. That's bullshit. You obviously do not watch the show. Macy Bookout. She's married. That's her maiden name. What are you doing? Macy Bookout has exploited and monetized her son's painful relationship with his father for more than a decade. This has been detrimental for Bentley and Ryan. Bentley doesn't like Mackenzie because she isolated Ryan. Bentley resents her for taking his father away and turning Ryan against Macy because it wasn't like that before. Macy loves him as the father of her child. He's Jen and Larry's only child. They were so blind to his addiction. Macy could see it. And every choice that Macy and Taylor have ever made has been for Bentley. Everything has been for Bentley. For years, Bentley used to go to Ryan's house for visitation. And he wouldn't be there. It would just be Jen and Larry. Ryan is in no shape to be on television. He didn't relapse because Mackenzie left him. He was deep in his addiction for years, Katie, for years, well before Mackenzie came on the scene. She knew exactly what she was doing. Mackenzie left him because his addiction and ABUSE was out of control. She wasn't there to save him, to help him. She made his addiction worse. Can you imagine he's trapped in a marriage that he didn't even consciously decide to be a part of? This woman manipulated him in his darkest days. Even passing out behind the wheel, driving to the wedding, was not enough of a red flag for her to stop. She still went through with it. She didn't cheat on him. You are wrong again. She probably rubbed it in his face because she'd lost control of him. That's why she left. Katie continues. Macy kicked Ryan off the show 2 years ago because he went to the tabloids along with his dad and they exposed many of the lies on the show. Macy has only ever wanted to use Ryan as a storyline, and he knows that. Without Macy, Ryan wouldn't have a storyline. How about that, Katie? You are in full-on active addiction. So whatever your opinion is on this is not ever going to be rational, because you don't have the ability to think rational because your brain is so overcome. Macy can avoid her own problems by focusing on him. Katie, listen to yourself. Katie can avoid her own problems by focusing on everyone else. Katie continues, Bentley's life at school is complicated because everyone knows his and his dad's issues. It's embarrassing for him. Guess who made the choice to monetize that? Macy. V's life at school is complicated because everyone knows his and his mum's issues. It's embarrassing for him. Guess who made the choice to monetize that? Katie Joy. Macy is no different than any of the parents on TLC that have exploited their kids and turned their trauma and lives into a paycheck. Why are you going after Macy? You don't understand the situation. I can see how Mackenzie's ended up getting hurt and her children. She came in there with so much anger towards Macy. Macy made Ryan the villain for years. Now that Mackenzie has finally left, he's not a bad guy? No, he wasn't a villain for years. I don't think you've ever watched Macy's episodes without any prejudgment and not really listening. I don't know if you'd even understand, because you don't have exes where you would do the best for them because you have a son with them. Like, you don't understand humans, Katie. You don't understand Macy. Full stop. Katie continues, now that Mackenzie has finally left, he's not a bad guy. Has she forgotten about the restraining order or her fight with Larry, where Taylor almost got into a fist fight with him? Good parents don't exploit their kids. Fuck off, Katie! That's all you do! Good parents don't exploit their kids and addictions for profit. Well, that's exactly what Jen and Larry did. Period. Macy has a choice to disengage. Other mums like Chelsea and Kaylin have left due to the toll it took on their kids. But Macy keeps going because she is money hungry, period. She's got a story to tell. Katie continues, I'm no fan of any parent that exploits their kids on reality TV. And most of my followers know this. And I will stick up for Mackenzie because she was ABUSE'd and didn't deserve it, period. Do you think Ryan deserved it? Do you think Ryan deserved to not have any support, to be manipulated into getting married and having a child when he's not even consciously awake?